welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted in such a long time, but I feel like today I want to talk to you guys about something that has basically been the reasons I haven't been filming, haven't been myself, and just want to let you guys know about some changes that are going to be happening in my life. And because you will be coming on the journey with me, I will be vlogging and making videos for you guys still once this big change has happened. Don't get me wrong, I am super excited about what is actually coming up in my life, but it hasn't been easy getting there. And I just feel like a lot of, I don't want to say like YouTubers on YouTube, but just basically people, you only really see the results. You never actually see the work and the preparations that have actually gone into them achieving what they have actually achieved in their life. And I just wanted to let you know that getting into the exchange, which is my news, I have got into the exchange program that I have been talking about since I started my channel, but it hasn't been easy, and it has made my life quite frankly difficult. This video isn't going to be mainly edited, it's just going to be me talking because this is a hard topic for me to talk about because it's very personal, but especially for my younger audience, I just want you to know that you may see people achieving and getting what they want, but they work hard for it. And a lot of people don't necessarily talk about the work and effort that has gone into them achieving things. And I will for this because, especially for people who are thinking about doing the exchange, it's not what I thought it was going to be like, the process getting here anyway. So I've made some notes on my phone and I am going to be just going through them because I think it will be important for you guys just to know the process I have recently been through. So basically I started applying for the exchange a year ago. Basically this month or last month, I think it's the end of last year. So it's a long time. And first of all, you have to do your initial application. You have to write a big letter about why you want to do the exchange. You have to do a budget. You have to have an interview. This is all with Massey side. Well, so I'm just talking about the Massey exchange. Obviously, I don't know what other exchange programs are like. So you have to do your budget. You have an interview. And that's the Skype interview. So it's quite nerve-wracking because you've never met this person before and they're basically deciding whether you go forward or not. So that was a big scary process for me. And then you had to do more planning, like choosing your papers while you're overseas. And at this point I was really happy in my degree. I knew what I was going to do. But the leading up to knowing what I wanted to do, that was actually really hard. A lot of my friends will know that I was just basically in no man's land. I didn't really like any of the papers I was taking, which made it very hard to decide what I was actually going to do on the exchange. Because obviously I was planning 2 semesters in advance, because this was this time last year. So I had just finished my first first semester at uni, had to do my second semester, and then had to do the semester I've just completed. So that was tough. And then you have to get all that finalized and you have to apply to USAC. Now, this is just for certain places you're going to go, but USAC is like the middleman between, say, Massey and Brighton. That's exactly what they are. And that was hard because I didn't necessarily understand what I was applying for. I didn't research possibly as much as I should have because, to be honest, it was all getting a lot on me, like a lot to do, and uni was getting very hard, and then the exchange was just a big thing that I wanted to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm so glad I have got where I have got to now, being accepted, but in the middle stage it may have been the worst because in my head getting accepted to USAC was basically getting accepted to Brighton, and I was so wrong. It wasn't. Getting accepted to USAC, there was more and more paperwork just that you had to get done and you had to do well in, and then they check out your grades, and of course, like I just said, I wasn't enjoying my papers, so it was hard to get motivated. Obviously, I wanted to get good marks. That was basically my only motivation, and not wanting to fail people. Once I got accepted to USAC, then it was doing preparations for Brighton. I have only been accepted to Brighton for about 3 weeks. That's how long it's taken to get in. I applied to USAC. I remember it was about December, January time. There was a closed down period where nothing happened, obviously over Christmas and people going on their holidays. And that was fine, obviously I understand that. But then when it takes about 6 more months to get accepted into a university, when obviously I'm in my second year at uni now, I know how long it takes for an internal student to get accepted. It's obviously not very long at all, it's about a week or something. To take as long as time as it did take for me to get accepted, it was getting ridiculous. I was not happy, and this was all at the beginning of this year. So, fast forwarding to the beginning of this year, things got quite bad. I was losing faith. I always try and be really positive to you guys and say, you know, apply for all these things. It's really, really good. Just make the most of uni in your life. I applied for a scholarship. As you guys know, I did get one scholarship that was for Massey, but I did apply for another one in my second year because we had just been drilled into us to apply for many as you can. I did apply for one, didn't get it, and the response that I got was nothing. They didn't tell me why I didn't get the scholarship. And the scholarship I applied for, it was very specific. You had to be a girl living in a certain area, which obviously I'm not going to say where I live. And that was basically, and studying business. So I made all 3 categories. Thought it was going to be a quite easy process. No one really knew about the scholarship. When I didn't get accepted, I was quite knocked back, to be honest. I'm not very good with dealing with failure, and that's something I need to deal with myself. But that wasn't the hardest thing. It was the next part that got me quite down, is I'd been knocked down for not getting the scholarship. Then I got really excited because obviously I started my channel last year and I was really into vlogging and just like letting you guys know what I'm doing and things I'm loving. So I applied to be a blogger for Massey University itself because they were wanting some. I didn't get accepted into that either. So the beginning of this year I was feeling quite low. I was feeling very lost and I was basically going nowhere. My degree changed because in your second year in a business degree you start to specialize in something that you obviously want to pursue further. And I chose economics, and I'm being brutally honest in this video. I don't know if this is going to get me kind of in trouble for talking about this in this way about the exchange in my degree, but for anyone who is thinking of doing the exchange, don't think it's like, oh, you apply and you get accepted, that's it. There is so much work that goes into it. And if you're thinking of studying business, think carefully, because although you can specialize, which is great, you still need to know a lot of core concepts, and if you're not very good at mathematics, like I am not, you'll find it quite difficult, especially specializing in economics, which I didn't know. All in high school, economics was quite easy to do with maths. It wasn't strenuous at all, it was manageable. And then it got to beginning of this year, I took an economics paper. Most of my papers I took this semester were economics papers. And I was smack bang in the middle of calculus. In high school, I failed calculus. And I failed a lot of the algebra papers because it doesn't make sense in my head. I'm not good with numbers. So it was quite difficult. And then once I got to this paper, I found it was all about calculus. My lecturer basically said, if you can't keep up with this calculus work, you should withdraw. Me hearing that, after thinking I finally found something I want to do, I was very upset. I was not staying up late, but it kept me awake at night. I was doing all the study I could. I've just passed that paper now, but it wasn't easy, and that didn't help in the process. But if you can imagine like a cloud hovering over the top of me, that's basically what the exchange was. It was making me feel very down and lost because I didn't know what I was going to be doing at the end of this year. I didn't know if I was going to be staying at Massey. And in that case, I didn't know at the beginning of the year if I was going to continue my degree because I wasn't enjoying it. Looking back now, as my parents have said it was the exchange that was making me feel this way, they are right, but there was other things as well. My anxiety got very, very bad at the beginning of the year, and it's getting better now, but obviously I have been accepted now, so I know what I'm going to be doing, I know the direction of the path I'm going to be taking, but it's just not been easy. And the point of this video, I don't want sympathy, I don't want people, just being like, oh, I'm so sorry, like it shouldn't have been like that. There's been a lot of things this semester at uni that haven't been right either, that I'm going to try and deal with, because I feel like if people don't speak up about things that are not going right, things aren't going to change. And especially for Massey, there are things that could be better. It is a great uni. I do love going to Massey, but everything can do with improvement, and I feel like that is something everyone needs to remember, especially with the exchange. It is going to be amazing. I have no doubt in my mind that as soon as I get on that plane, which is actually quite soon, I am going to be the happiest little bunny ever. I am going to be grinning all the time. I'm going to be meeting so many new amazing people. But I will also remember the hard kind of year I've just had getting to this place. Yeah, it's been rough, but I can't wait. And I know that a lot of people you only see the results they're getting. You don't see the work, the time, the pressure, the stress that's gone into them getting where they are right now. And I just wanted, especially for my younger audience, to know that there will be bumps in the road. You will go over them. I have got over them. And to be fair, the exchange experience, it's not completely over. The planning, I leave in 2 months now. It's not finished. So, and that's just the planning's not finished. I've got accepted. I have a piece of paper stating I have been accepted into Brighton, which when it came, I cried and I cried and I couldn't wait to just tell everyone. That includes telling you guys, because this whole experience is why I haven't been filming. I haven't been exactly happy. I've been getting on and doing what I needed to do, focusing on work, focusing on uni. But it's only now that I'm coming out of my shell again, I guess you could say, and being me and spending time with people who I need to spend time with, who I have pushed aside because I've been down, because I didn't really want to focus on the future, because I didn't know what was happening. And that's just friends. In terms of my best friend, I haven't really spent a lot of time with her, and I am sorry about that. It's just very hard when, especially at uni, you see people and they're so driven, and you're driven as well, but you don't know what's going to be happening. Like, I didn't know if I was going to get into the exchange. We were told, I believe this is correct, that only one person would get in from each uni, and that wasn't true. So that did make it quite difficult, dealing with seeing a list of people who could get accepted, and there was about 20 people, not all from my uni, but there was 2 of us, and I believe, both got accepted, which is great. It's just, I wish there was more continuous information, I guess you could say. I know no one from Massey is going to be watching this, but the people who are watching this, if you are going to be doing anything, it doesn't have to be the exchange. It could be applying for a job. It could be applying to uni. Things aren't as simple as they may seem, and I just wanted to shed some insight on what the exchange experience so far has been like. I am leaving this. I am drawing a line in the sand. This is the end of the negativity. I just thought you guys need an explanation. So from here now, the videos will be positive. I can't wait to go to Brighton. I've been doing so much preparing for going. And to be fair, it's going to be one of the best experiences. I know that because I'm going to make it be. I'm doing a lot of papers that really excite me. I'm doing a lot of marketing papers, which is my second part of my degree. So I'm really excited to do that. And Brighton does offer me papers that Massey doesn't. In saying that, Massey is a really good organisation. There are a lot of Massey support. From Massey's side for the exchange, I can't fault them much. I'm not going to say I can't fault them at all, because there's always going to be improvement. But they have been a continuous support. It is just the other side that has kind of let it down a little bit. Like I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I might get in trouble for saying this, but you can't get in trouble for being honest. I guess you can, but I don't care if I get in trouble for being honest, because you need to be honest and you need to just say how you're feeling. So I'm going to stop rambling now, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!